would really like to thank our sponsor, which is the City of Amsterdam, Prince Claus Funds, and the Dutch Embassy in Morocco. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible to be shown here for the first time. So we are very proud and very happy to be here. So it's the first time that Morocco is represented at GRID, and we are very happy to introduce the work of 5 Moroccan artists: Saad Tazi, Khalil Nemmaoui, Zineb Andress Arraki, Leila Alaoui, and for the first time, Hounda Kabbaj. So what we try to do during this exhibition is to talk about urban landscape and to give the interpretation of each one of those very different photographers on the city and the urban landscape. So we didn't want it to only talk about Morocco, but about those Moroccan photographers, how they perceive the urban landscape. Actually, what happened is that we've been very lucky. We were contacted by the embassy of the Dutch embassy in Morocco, who proposed to participate to this exhibition. So immediately I started to think about some photographers I wanted to work with. But by looking at the theme of the Biennale, which was urban reality check, I wanted to widen it and to talk about something else than the reality, more to put it as a landscape, because there is the real landscape but also the imaginary landscape. And talking about that, the first photographer selected was Leila Alaoui. We can see her work here. And then speaking with her, we talked about several different artists. But I wanted all of them not only to talk about the city and the urbanity, but that the urbanity has a very, very strong influence on their work. So Saad Tazi, for instance, talks about the urban landscape, but an imaginary urban landscape. Khalil Nemmaoui has done this amazing work of showing for the very first time overcrowded city like Casablanca completely emptied from its inhabitants. Zineb Andress Arraki and Hounda Kabbaj are both architects, so the urbanism is very important for them. And Zineb, for instance, she works with a very specific format of the BlackBerry. So each one of them is very, very different. And what was interesting is through those differences to understand what they had in common and how the city has strongly influenced their work.